soft.
Speaking of murder, do you want to hit some blades here?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Roberta Flack, first of all, let's get in. This is obviously our segment of Who Died This Week.
Yeah. We call it Taste the Blade. For those of you that don't know, Keith and I have a running text thread where we always talk about a famous person, and we try to beat each other. You always beat me, man. Every once in a while I'll get you, but you always get me with the latest, most hottest death, you know? So it's always like, and our term is Taste the Blade. So, for example, you know, Rush Limbaugh, Taste the Blade. You know, you sent me that one. You know, it's who's tasting the blade recently?
Roberta Flack, Taste the Blade.
Yeah. She tastes it.
Pope Francis, almost tasting the blade.
I think he needs to live for a while because I think he's a bit of a counterweight to what's going on in the world, I would argue.
Where are we at we watch some game shows here? Let's put on some game shows.
Unfortunately, if he dies, they'll probably go like hardcore right wing. They probably think of him as like, yeah, he's like a woke pope, you know, and it's just like, he is the pope for crying out loud. I mean,
he is one of the more progressive popes. People are actually kind of concerned that like he's going to die.
Well, exactly. No, he needs to live for like 2 or 3 more years. You know what I mean? Like he's got to he's got to kind of counterweight what's going on. Because I'm telling you, that they'll try to.
No. We're going to browse apps here.
They're going to try to infiltrate the Vatican City. I guess that's where Bannon lived, near Vatican City.
Really? That's some weird fucking tech shit.
Dude, no, yeah, it's all about, I want to get near the money. I mean, the Vatican Bank is sitting on hundreds of, probably trillions of dollars in assets. Trillions and trillions. So they literally want to try to go after that money.
Here's the biggest blade, though, by far. Hackman and his wife. Wow. As I was saying on Monday, they said, no, Hackman's dead. His wife is dead. One of their dogs is dead. That to me is the wrinkle. The dog was in a crate, though. So the dog died because they wouldn't let it out.
Yeah. So immigrants right now. So
did you hear? Speaking of ICE, Trump is secretly furious that Tom Homan is not deporting more immigrants.
Really interesting. Well, I mean. I'm going to be curious to see. I mean, I've always kind of looked at that as being a bit of a smokescreen for the true robbery that they want to do, for the trillions and trillions of dollars that they want to rob. So that they say, no, it's not robbing. No. You're taxing us too much. No. You get a benefit from doing business.
Here's his friends.
Your father.
Father,
that's Van Winkle. That's Ice, baby.
He's all that guy's younger than Ice even. You know, although he's one of me. See, when I was young, you only thought about her breasts. You know, oh Dolly. It was like the butt of jokes. Dolly Parton's tits. Here's how long I've been doing stand-up comedy. When I first started doing stand-up, you still heard people say Dolly Parton jokes about her tits.
Yeah,
like in '94 and '95, there'd still be a Dolly Parton joke.
Now people revere her too much to do that.
Yeah. Oh no,
she's loved amongst the hipster community.
Oh no, well, because she's cool. You know, Dolly Parton's cool. I respect Dolly Parton. She's a good human being. She's trying to do her part. She's trying to push the boulder in the right direction. You know, and you know something, Keith? It is a boulder to push in the right direction.
They're on her chest, being contained by her fucking thing.
I mean, you've seen Urban Cowboy. Urban Cowboy and Officer and a Gentleman are very similar movies. In fact, Travolta, who was in Urban Cowboy, was also supposed to be in Officer and a Gentleman, but he wasn't. Gere replaced him. So, but Winger is the common thread in that. And there's a scene in Urban Cowboy where they go to a Dolly Parton lookalike contest, and his aunt has fake breasts that are like, you know, balloons that are blown up. It was some good like Western humor, like Southern humor. Oh, she got big old tits. You know, so you got to see Urban Cowboy. You know, that movie completely created the mechanical bull phase, man. So.
Slow.
This son of a bitch hosts every game on the Game Show Network.
That's continuous.
He's in all the Christopher Guest movies.
That dude, holy shit.
He literally
hilarious.
He hosts about 7 of these shows.
Good for him, man.
He's got 3 names. His name is like John Smith Mitchell or something like that.
He was good. Remember, he was in Walk Hard.
Yeah,
he was like the guy who the Hasidic Jews were trying to pitch him to initially.
He's got one of my favorite lines in any Christopher Guest movie. It's the Home for Purim, where their movie about Purim is they think it's going to get nominated for an Oscar.
He plays one of the actresses.
Fathers?
No, the manager.
Oh, okay.
And it's right when the internet's going, and his thing is he still has like a planner that he whips out and writes things down. He's
Yeah.
like still all analog.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where he's talking to Larry Miller's character.
Oh, yeah.
And he's trying to schmooze with him, and Larry Miller just goes, "Get away from me!" And he just goes, "I'll wait in my car."
Because he was just annoying? Yeah, it's
Will
hilarious.
you get away? And he just goes, "I'll wait in my car."
How is the egg traditionally prepared in these dishes? Eggs Benedict poached.
Huevos
Poached.
ranch. Oh,
Eggs Benedict's poached.
yes.
They are
It should be poached.
Well done,
Yeah.
Emilio. There's 100 points.
I love Eggs Benedict. That's a standard for a good breakfast place.
Let's give this guy a
If
goal.
your Eggs Benedict is good, that's my standard for a good breakfast place. Do you have a standard for a breakfast place? Like, oh, their potatoes have to be good. or-
Fluffy, I want a substantial omelet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I respect that. I do.
4 egg minimum.
I was going to say like a 3 or 4 egger. Yeah, absolutely. I get that. That's a good standard. But Eggs Benedict for me, it's the hollandaise sauce. I love it. I love Eggs
Breathing
Benedict.
therapy. Nate.
One of the first instruments played in space.
Let's go back to Price is Right.
True.
man.
The Gemini
Okay.
6 astronauts.
Because I want to see the car. A new car. I want to see that.
And how about
that was a
you,
DVR
Emilio?
too, so it's right where we left it.
Sandwich, true.
That's also true. Well done, everybody. 50 points apiece. And here's the last question in the round.
Man, 53 seasons for Price is Right.
Dude, I'm 55. I mean, I'm literally
So when
only
you were born, that show was new.
Dude, the summers when I would go back and visit my grandparents in Iowa in the 70s, I logged some time watching Price is Right.
Dude, honestly,
I logged time.
when I was a kid, I had PM kindergarten.
Yeah. Oh.
So I would watch the soaps, and Price is Right would be on before I would leave for school.
Yeah,
Like that was a big part of my bonding with my grandma, was watching As the World Turns, The Guiding Light,
My grandmother was a Guiding Light fan also.
Young and the Restless, all the
God,
all the
Guiding
CBS, all the CBS
yeah.
ones.
Yeah, those are the CBS ones.
And then she
exactly.
would watch Price is Right, and then I'd go to school and I'd come home and I would watch Flipper, Looney Tunes, Underdog, and then like all the modern shows would start.
Okay. There you go. I like that. That's a good. For me, if I ever watched one, it was Days of Our Lives. Days of Our Lives was a
See
soap
here,
opera.
you want to be that guy.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'd be good at that.
Oh, 100%.
You know, I think that'd be. Is this the third matchup or the fourth?
This is the fourth match.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
And then we got Drama Queens and Dorks.
We're working our way down. It's good.
Yeah.
I mean, they still shoot this at CBS Studios, don't
Oh
they?
yeah,
It's
like
got
fucking
to.
5 a.m. and shit.
Maybe I should try to get on this show.
Oh, you can just drop by. I mean, that's why old ponytail guy.
I know nothing about
All
the
right.
price of
Let's
things.
see. Let's get
nothing.
Let's wait for her wheel. She's our winner. Look at that, Dawn. A soap that just has made their name, an oil spill, changed their fucking game.
Yeah, absolutely.
For real.
Oh,
I know you always think I'm exy.
Yeah.
But that girl in the dress,
yeah.
ass play.
Oh, you think she? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You think she likes it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like she probably wants you to bash her head into the TV as you do it too.
Yeah, weird.
A lot of these little shy girls want you to like choke them and fucking be rough
God,
and
I-
ass play. She's probably wearing a butt plug.
I cannot be. I have never gotten rough. I'm a gentle lover.
Her
okay? That's
dildo
what I am.
is on her bed
Maybe it
right
doesn't
now.
turn you on.
You
It's
go,
what I
you
am.
go into that young lady's room. There's a dildo on that bed.
My depression symptoms.
My doctor said it could be because my antidepressant.
It could be because you live in an
wasn't
awful
enough,
culture
so she
that is
recommended
completely
enough.
money driven.
She
Don't
recommended
put that in the discussion. No. It's because the chemicals in your brain are out of whack. You know. No, don't actually talk about how this country is going to get a
Grosse
lot
Point.
worse.
We're gonna watch Grosse Point. I want you to, because you know about.
Have increased risk of death or stroke. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and actions and worsen depression in children and young adults.
Hello, Larry. Portland is a long way from LA. Hello, Larry.
Or if you develop suicidal thoughts or actions.
That show was synonymous with McLean Stevenson post-MASH failure. And I thought it was the ridiculous show. There were 42 episodes. Like McLean
I'm going to
Stevenson.
download it all. We're going to watch some of it.
McLean Stevenson, seriously, he bought a house based on that, and probably had a pool also. Back when you used to have pools in this city, you can't have pools now. You don't see pools like you used to. Would you agree?
Okay, here we go. So this is kind of a murder mystery whodunit. This show goes back and forth between two timelines. This group right here laying down in a garden, they have murdered somebody. And the whole point of the show is you figuring out who they have killed. And they give you a number of possible characters of who it could be, of like bad people in this town. It takes place in Grosse Pointe, Michigan. Which
okay.
your brother lived there, didn't he?
Yeah, he lived in Grosse Pointe Park.
I was saying, and this is where he got chased out of town. And
basically,
dude, wait till you see the vibe of this. Is like I believed you after I saw an episode of this. Like it's very elite, very like you're with us or against us.
Well, you're either from there or not. It's old money. There's a bunch of old money there. I said this before. 3 NFL owners were from Grosse Pointe. There's 4 Grosse Pointes, and my brother lived in the working class Grosse Pointe Park, but it was still Grosse Pointe Park. Like their Little League team went to the Little League World Series several times.
Garden Society. We'll be back in 1 minute.
NBC's been doing these 1-minute commercial breaks, but this is Grosse Pointe Garden Society. We don't have to stick on it. Let's watch a little.
Yeah. So,
let's watch. I'm going to annoy you right now. We're watching. You're picking the King 3. One your choice. Hannity, Gutfeld, or Wooters.
I'm gonna Waters.
Okay. He's more make funnable, right?
Yeah, I think so. Because Hannity portrays himself like, I think people look at Hannity as being like, he's a serious journalist. Like he's definitely like a voice of the right. Would you say? Is Hannity the most like kind of like?
You got to watch out for the ones that also have radio shows.
Oh yeah, he has that.
Oh, Waters is live. Aren't we lucky?
God, what they're trying
fighting for some social safety net. I don't need a script. I have my own thoughts, my own views. This is the problem with the Democrats right now.
So that's been their thing. So Gavin Newsom came out against trans people today. He said it's unfair for them to play in sports. So they're covering their ass with Trump being a failure with a lot of that. Like, let's just talk about all these libs coming over to our side.
Yeah. It's
just a plan. It's just the same as the old plan.
They said,
no, it's not. But this is all like the Democrats are not like they suck too in all of this.
Yeah.
Like I'm not here to be like they need to leave the Dems. It's just them. Like they should be picking it. Like them making fun of the Democrats is all justified.
Yeah.
To when America was great.
It just gets all racist. They always pick the fucking old black people. Like this is Waters' thing.
Yeah,
he always get the guy that talk like this boy.
Migrate here to do that work because we are not suited intellectually to do it.
Race baiting,
Well, again, they portray there's no discussion of systemic. Oh,
there we go.
Views with Davy Crockett and Hank Guam Johnson aren't the intellects that are going to lead the Democrats out of this ditch.
What they have to do next time, Keith, if there is an election, the next time, what they have to do, Keith,
he might rig it, but there will be another election.
I have no doubt they're going to try to rig it. He's it's got to be Brashear from Kentucky. It's got to be the governor of Kentucky. They need to have a white guy from a southern or midwestern state run. That's just what they need.
Well, that's why Newsom is trying. Well, that's why Newsom is trying to kick the half anti-trans thing because he's gearing for a presidential run.
They're going to just portray him like some California whack job. That's all they're going to do.
See, how can you look at the picture of that 3 and be like, yeah, we got our guys? Like, let's go back. That's amazing. I'll take every inch of you saying that Democrats are huge puss bags.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. But I just want to freeze this. So, that's all cringe.
Yeah.
But how can you look at that?
I know. And think to yourself.
You have Elon Musk, who is literally fucking retarded.
Wielding a chainsaw.
Literally an autist.
Yeah.
You have Donald Trump. Look how fun that guy looks.
I know. With his sword?
With his evil fucking orange grin. Like,
I know.
You can't look at those three and be like, yeah, man, we got the coolest, most smartest fucking guys on planet Earth.
JD Vance's weird smug smile in the background. It's
JD
bizarre.
Vance is the kid in school who brings weird fucking sandwiches to school for lunch.
like pimento loaf or something.
Or like fucking I eat salami and jelly.
That weird combination. You know what I was? I was a bologna and mustard. I was a salami and mustard. That was my go-to. I think that's a good healthy. That's a good middle of the road sandwich, right?
You know why he chose that picture? Because it looks like the chainsaw's his cock.
Fuck yeah. We're gonna take it down. Listen, I'm gonna say this, and you know I'm Mr. Left Wing, as you know this. I get it, redundancies in the government. I'm sure there are wasteful jobs. I'm sure there are. The pretext that they use to get rid of the programs they don't like is beyond cynical, and it's just dead
Well, it's
flat
also
wrong.
like illegal.
Well, and it's happened before. You know, it has happened before. The way they're going about it is
Here
not
we go.
good.
Legacy media
With any
implosion.
ideas or defend their positions. They just got to walk.
You're the legacy media cock. You
I know.
think Fox News is like indie?
Cutting edge
At
or
least
something?
Newsmax is like on a shoestring.
knows it's over.
The front windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror for a reason. I tend to look forward and push forward. I am very proud of what we did do. I would have liked to have wrestled with the question of communication and narration some more. But we spent a lot of time on it. It's a very difficult landscape.
Let's go AC.
Wow. Okay. Because I wanted to, with Waters, one comment I wanted to make.
Yeah, make
the
it.
space between his upper
Ooh,
lip.
let's go back then.
The,
said that the
the
stock
space
market did
between,
not
yeah.
play a factor in his decision, but we've seen, obviously-
It's pretty wide, dude.
Oh, yeah, between his nose and his lip, he has that awful
Ran out of
upper
juice.
lip.
So now,
Oh
literally
my God, he does.
He looks like a Simpsons character to me.
That's why
He's
he
got
doesn't
that- looks
grow
like-
a mustache, because it probably wouldn't fill the gap. It would just be like,
Like a John
in the
Waters
middle. It
pencil.
would waver in the middle.
I mean,
Although he's got thick Greek eyebrows, he probably could grow a sensational beard, but that's not like it's too lib, you know?
he is. When I look at him, Keith, it triggers me for frat boys on Langdon Street in Madison.
And
It
like
is-
I said,
he
this is
such
a guy that you can't fuck with physically because he'll sue or he'll smile as you do it.
Well, unless you go all the way.
Yeah.
You know, unless you do
No,
that.
you have to
know?
like really fuck with this guy. This is a type of guy that like you find out what he really loves. Like you have to do some psychologically damaging shit to this guy.
Yeah, which I think you'd be able to find that, right? Wouldn't you be able to?
Oh yeah.
Here's-
This is like I'm gonna tell your wife you're cheating type of guy.
Yeah. I tell you what, to me, one of the things that Democrats have to do, they have to take a page out of the Nixon playbook. When Nixon came in and he had the Office of Dirty Tricks, that's where Roger Stone learned his craft. That's where Karl Rove learned his craft. Where they would go after politicians, and like Lee Atwater was very much of that same ilk, and I'm sure learned from some of those people. In terms of political dirty tricks, they got to get some therapists on their side to figure out, okay, what is Hannity's big weakness? How do we go after that? You know, you got to play dirty. I think, you know what I mean. Like, and you have to go after that.
Trump to his own cabinet. They, not Musk, should go first in cutting workers.
Who is cabinet?
That's to his own cabinet.
What did you already say about Marco Rubio?
Marco knows he's burning in hell. Marco was fucking eating his own soul sitting on that couch.
Isn't it amazing the people who are just hollow shells that have had to attach themselves to him? Ted Cruz is that way. Ron Johnson from Wisconsin is that way. But Lindsey Graham is the worst. Lindsey Graham is truly an empty vessel. He's just a hollow shell of a human being.
I just want to ask you something real quick.
Yeah.
If I went to early 80s Adam Crocius, this Adam Crocius is terrified of nuclear war. He has to have drills at school about bombs hitting. If I said, don't worry, in 2025, we'll basically be allies with Russia, what would you say?
I would have. It would have been like. Well, first off, here's what I would have naively thought. Here's what I would have thought at that age, because I was young and I was an idealist. Oh, we came to our senses. yes, we realized our common humanity. We can actually come together
they
now.
became nice.
Yeah,
would be
and we saw it. 'Cause I used to hate the jingoism, patriotism on the right in the 80s. I hated it. I hated Red Dawn. But again, Russia, the Soviet Union and communism was the enemy, but it was really Russia that was the enemy. They said Russia all the time. So the fact that it's gone to the opposite direction, like 35, 40 years later, is fucking mind-blowing to me. That, oh no, they're okay, Keith. They're actually okay.
You know what? I will say that out of all this entire Trump presidency so far, because a lot of the stuff he's doing is being stopped by courts, or it's literally illegal, so we can't do it, or it causes such a fuck up that they have to reverse it. The shit that really terrifies me is not being with Ukraine and the the pro Russia shit, and the anti-trans shit.
Yeah.
Like those are like the three things where I'm like, those three things concern me.
Anti-trans,
everything, anti-trans, being pro-Russia, and like this like leave NATO attitude, is like dangerous.
It is such a mistake. This has been the cornerstone, Keith. It's been the cornerstone.
It's why we haven't had World War III.
Well, exactly.
Like NATO is what was the doorstop
stabilizing
for another
force.
Like NATO's why there hasn't been another Hitler.
Exactly. No, absolutely. It's fundamental. And the fact that they want to break that, it is. Okay, I get the argument of the United States has actually paid the most money into that. They paid 3/4 of the money.
It's like how he's trying to have the American mentality, the billionaire mentality of we shouldn't pay more.
Well, it's just
like how billionaires don't want to pay more taxes. That's how he looks at governing the country. Why are we paying more? Because we have it.
Yeah, exactly. It's also like, how do you not be generous? You've made a tremendous amount of money because of this country. Don't you think you owe a little bit?
And here's my own little theory.
But it should be through the nonprofit world.
You know how he goes around saying other countries got it better, we're running so far behind? Do you know why all those countries are killing it?
Yeah.
Because of all the American interests that they have in the country.
No,
we are making the world all of their money.
It is just.
And now that you're removing our presence from all the countries, the world will go fucking broke.
Yeah, and it's also it's going to create I think it's going to create a tremendous instability. There'll be a total instability on the. If you're going to get out of NATO, I mean that Europe is scrambling right now, and it's like, and I get it. If you pay the most money too, Keith, who do you think has the loudest voice in the room? You do. You are going to control it. You're going to have the voice. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a power in that you have, and you're going to give that up. It's a bad. I look at it as being a very, very short-sighted thing. I kind of get the logic of it of the money and we don't want to get entangled in foreign wars. I don't know about that. I mean, it's odd. It's not making America great. I think it's a sign of real weakness, actually. I think it's a sign of real weakness in the country, which is disturbing. And I go back to this, Keith, September 11th, that was the long game, that the terrorists, that Osama bin Laden was playing a long game with that, because he knew the response that this country would have to that would just be terrible. It was an awful response, and it's been nothing but bad responses since then. And that's part of the reason why we're in the state that we're in right now, 25 years later. It's truly related to that. Been nothing but bad decisions. So we're on the verge of an authoritarian takeover, or we're sort of in an authoritarian takeover. I don't know. I mean, I can't watch Gutfeld.
I'm finding. I'm trying to find some dork shit for us to.
Thank you, because I can't watch. I'll watch 5 minutes of water, 7 minutes of that.
I just wanted to keep it on while you were talking politics.
Hey, no problem. Yeah, but to me, I was more afraid of nuclear war back then, just because I was young. I was young, and it's your first exposure to the world. I'm 12, 13 years old. I live in D.C. I was so afraid of nuclear war back then, Keith. When we were going to a new town, drive through a town, I would look for fallout shelters. I'd be like, okay, where am I going to run to when we get nuked? As like a 12-year-old boy. Isn't that like a 12-year-old boy thought? Couldn't you see thinking that? Like I was petrified of nuclear war, because I couldn't wrap my head around the idea of why would humans want to murder each other 100 times over? Like the concept of overkill was absurd to me. I didn't get it. It's like you want to hate someone that bad that you want to have the threat of murdering everyone on the planet? I just found that just so wrong, so immoral, just wrong. So again, when the Soviet Union collapsed, it was truly like a new world. I mean, it felt like a weight off my shoulder. There's no doubt about it. It made the 90s a better time to live. I'm
sure.
convinced of it.
And Bill Clinton helped.
Because it was just like, oh my God, this major threat is now gone. But there were a couple of opportunities looking back in retrospect in the 90s that were truly blown. Yitzhak Rabin being assassinated, the Israeli prime minister being assassinated.
Oh yeah,
was a very big deal.
Yeah, because he wanted to he was a very, I guess, he wanted to reform everything. Wasn't he trying to make deals with the Middle East and shit?
Well, he wanted to create a two-state solution. He wanted the Palestinians to have a place to stay. And Netanyahu, he
got him killed.
What it wasn't Netanyahu specifically, but it was stochastic terrorism. He had been so demonized, Rabin, by Netanyahu. They had this huge right-wing parade the day before Yitzhak Rabin was assassinated, and the guy who killed Rabin was in that parade. He was radical. I mean, he was already radicalized to begin with, but he was incentivized, or his passions ran deep, and he fucking murdered Rabin. And if Rabin hadn't been murdered, they might have been able to have a two-state solution, which the entire trajectory of that country would be different now. I'm not saying it would have been good. I'm not saying it would have been an easy peace, but there would have been some framework. Now they want to exterminate them. I mean, it's like genocide,
Dork Wanderers is getting a goal for having a sick-ass Cartoon Network lineup.
Fuck. That happened. But another failing, Keith, I realize this with Clinton too. I've changed my opinion a little bit. The fact is, what they should have done with Russia is they shouldn't have let those other countries into NATO. Like Poland, but they let all those countries in, and Russia just got fucking paranoid, So you can make an argument that was not the right move at that time to let in all those former Eastern Bloc countries into NATO. But I'm sure they wanted to counterweight, Russia. But that freaked them out, and it's now made them what they're trying to do right now, which is a master geopolitical stroke. It is incredible that they have been able to flip enough of the American public opinion in their favor. It's fucking wild. It's only about a third. I'd say a third of this country is probably like, okay, give Russia a chance. But you would say that exists now, right? I mean, you would say there's yeah. I mean that's like a mindset, This pedophile.
He's
right
a pedo.
Yeah,
that's why it froze. The TV can't handle it.